What it is, what it do, we are live from Calgary, Alberta at the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. Joshua, Adam, William are with the reigning, defending intelligence of basketball Alberta and the head coach of Concordia. Gonna give you all the insight. A bigger brain than Bobby the Brain. It is Regan Wood.
Yes, the wise man of the bloodline here with you. Just kidding, of course. Thanks for the intro, Josh. We are excited to have this matchup. BC from the west, Quebec from the east. 15U girls final, and it's going to be a good one. Both these teams have played really well all week, obviously. You don't get to the gold if you're not doing that, but we're really excited to have this matchup, and we're looking forward to some outstanding play. We just came off the bronze matchup for the 17Us. Outstanding game. Manitoba led the whole way until the end. Stella Scrow from Ontario knocks down a three at the buzzer, and then Ontario rolls in overtime. But a heartbreaking loss for Manitoba, outstanding win for Ontario. So the two medals so far have headed east of the middle, and we'd like to see maybe a medal stay here in the west, which it will for sure. Just depends what color it is, depending on what BC can do here against Quebec.
Yeah, this Quebec team, we got a chance to see them yesterday, and it all starts. Well, I got to see one of them the other day, but it all starts at the point guard position for them. Number one, keep an eye on Gannon. She is an absolute three-point assassin. Dion also really fantastic, but Sal's really been a leader for this team as far as ability to score the ball. For this BC team, seen a lot of good things to them. Unfortunately for either one of us, we haven't got a chance to broadcast their games up until this point, so really excited to get to see this British Columbia squad.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to come out of nowhere on us here, and we'll see what they have to bring, but obviously playing really well this week. Numbers bear that out, winning a lot of games. Going to be a fun one. Again, medal games, these bring out the best in these young athletes. The talent, the level of play we've seen here all week has been outstanding, and no doubt we're about to get 40 more minutes of outstanding basketball from these two squads.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. I am absolutely thrilled that we get a chance to have it. Obviously, the bronze medal for U15, that went to Ontario as they beat Saskatchewan in that game. And now one of these two teams will try to take the first gold medal of the day, and then we'll have the U17 gold medal, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. 8 o'clock Eastern Time for our friends out east.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be it's been an exciting day. It's been an exciting week of this excellent basketball. And I was telling you before, the Jack Simpson this year really, and just Alberta itself, specifically the city of Calgary, has been absolutely spoiled rotten for championship basketball. It started out with the Canada West final between the eventual champions with the Pandas beating up on the Calgary Dinos. And then we had the ACAC championships, the CCA championships, and now we are going for gold in the Canada Basketball U15 championship, and then the U17 following.
Yep. And we're about to get underway. Ball going up, ball going in.
BC, Quebec, who wants the gold? And Regan, what are your keys to the game?
You know, it's tough with the little bit of lack of knowledge on our part with BC. I think it's curious to see what their style of play is. Quebec, having been kind of the lead dog here all week, and you know what? Pretty good strategy to just hit threes. Good way to start this one for Quebec. Bringing it early. You called it, and she delivered, making you look quite astute there, Josh.
Yeah, Gannon hit a lot of threes in that last one. And BC now trying to show what they can do, passes it out. Strong take to the hole, and finishing off the glass for two by Tate.
Yeah, the themes we've seen all week, the held ball, the travels, a little bit on the carries and the moving screens. These points of emphasis within the rules. Teams that can do a great job of tidying up those and maintaining possession are going to have an opportunity to come away on top tonight.
Fighting for the ball down low. It's going to be a jump ball scenario as everybody on top of it. Possession going to go to BC.
Yeah, I'm going to call the shot clock violation there before the tie-up.
And with calling BC, I officially hit the bingo and I've called every province in this fine tournament.
And the card is full for Josh now. I believe that is for me too.
There you go. So we're hitting it at the same time.
Well, I got to ask, did you get PEI's 15U squad?
I did get them. There's a free right there.
They don't have a 17U squad here, so you only had one opportunity.
I did.
One shot to get it done.
Saw them, and I saw the Nova Scotia team that was quite good as well. Sadu just got the 3 on the other side for British Columbia, and now they're on a break, a 2-on-2 break. It is Sadu again. She goes up under, throws up a shot that goes short there, and Serduik passes it ahead. And then a carry ball there on Sao. These Quebec fans being very, very loud and proud. Obviously, going to have a lot of fans here having the U17 gold next as well.
And we'll just do our standard Western apology to our friends in Quebec if our pronunciation of any names is a little off. Please forgive us. We're doing our best. We love you guys out there in Quebec, and hope you do well here tonight.
I haven't taken French in a long time. There's a shot inside, and BC finds 2 more. That's Van de Ven.
Early lead for the Pacific Siders here. 7-3 for BC.
So Dayuk gets it to Sao. Sao's going to try to get it right back, but coming right off it. Going up, denied by Van de Ven. Nice job there on Nissan Fadoop. Followed up by Noor. Noor's going to go for the 3. And it looked from any angle other than the one that actually matters that it went in, but it goes just a bit short. And multiple substitutions coming in for Quebec.
Yeah, Quebec, a lot of depth. Expect them to use the roster, keeping the legs fresh, keeping the ability to push the pace and play some pressure on defense as they have done all week. They got a lot of length and size too for 15U squad.
Sao Gadou, keep an eye on her. She's been electric off the bench. Trying to fight him for the rebound. Right there was Nissan Fadoop. And we got some kazoos going. You think you know them.
What was the Vuvuzela at that one World Cup in South Africa?
Yeah.
I think that's what those are. And those,
are they? Okay.
They are.
I thought they were kazoos. They sounded like kazoos.
Well, whatever they are, they're horns. They're making noise.
They are.
People are getting it loud here in the Jack, and that's what we want. For these young women to have this tremendous experience playing in front of a great crowd.
Chase down there, goes over and back, so ball will go back to Quebec.
I've learned my lesson not to question that call. Been called out in the last game for disagreeing with a particular over and back situation, so I will agree with that one. I think that one was pretty clear cut though.
Never responded to me on that though. So maybe he's like, okay, maybe Regan's right.
Well, you know, from time to time.
Don't you know the coach is always right?
In our own minds, absolutely. Legends in our own minds.
Absolute legends. So it's 7-3 right now, 6:30 left here in the first. You're watching Canada Basketball Gold U15 Championship on YouTube. Regan Wood and Joshua Arbuthnot. BC putting the pressure on here early on. Leading right now 7-3. Noor handling the duties up top. Gets stuck in the Euro. Ball gets knocked away there by Beland. Trying to get an outlet pass there, but Beland's going to hold on to it. Now Martel hands it off. Serdyuk getting hounded right there. Trying to find some room. Gets it off to Beland. Shot clock under 10. Gets knocked away. And goes out of bounds. And it's going to be BC ball.
Yeah, again, still holding on to that 7-3 lead. Just over 4 minutes into this one. No fouls yet on either team. Keeping it clean on the contact so far.
We've seen that quite a bit.
Well, you know, it can happen. And again, refs just humans too. And again, no ref wants to be the deciding factor in a game. And I like that what we've seen so far today here in the Jack is that the teams are deciding the outcomes. The refs are doing a great job letting them play, calling what needs to be called when it needs to be called. I think I've been overall pretty impressed with the quality of officiating here.
I got to say I agree with you on that.
Other than that one over and back.
Other than one over and back. Gets it inside. Nissan Fadoop can't get it, and she does get it. She gets a nice roll afterwards.
Yeah, I'd like the collaboration I've seen with the referees. You always like that it takes the ego out of a situation. Like, hey, need some help on this one from a partner. Same thing us as coaches do with assistants, right? Like, get that other information, get that other opinion, see if it can help a better decision be made in that aspect of the game.
Sadu goes for 3 and knocks down the tray. Sadu with the bomb. You know one thing I don't like as a broadcaster, only strictly as a broadcaster, Quebec's jerseys.
Yeah, they are a little tough to see.
Yes.
I'm sure up close they look great.
Yes.
But we're perched up here in the Eagle's nest.
In the gobbledygooker nest.
Around the track here. And a little hard to see the Quebec numbers for us. So we'll do our best, folks.
It's Sadu that gets it. Hands it back. She tried to throw it inside and not able to connect right there as she was trying to find Fami. Fami had a really good game for Ontario on Friday, led the way for them as she came off the bench and helped out with that. So hope to see that again for her. Sao is able to take it away. Now she leads it up. Sao, one of the best players that I've got a chance to see on this team, drops the dime right there, trying to find Fami. They go in the corner for the 3, yucks it down, a tray for Quebec. That's their first of the game.
Big shot. Again, in a medal game, every possession is huge. Every shot's a big shot. We could say that every time down the floor and we wouldn't be wrong.
Drive to the hole by Van de Vee. Nice drop of a dime by the big, finding another big as Van de Vee connects with Cameron Tate.
Yeah, again, we've talked about it in an earlier contest today. Right time for a bounce pass. That's the right pass to be made in that scenario.
Sao passes it off in the corner. Here's Martel, and Martel takes a few too many steps. Not a model possession right there.
No, and again, the travel has been a big point of emphasis this week, and Quebec gets stung by it there on that possession.
Gurwell now handling the point guard duties for BC is coming under 5 minutes now here. She hands it off, trying to find some room, whips it around. Tor goes up, leaner in the lane, and Tor knocks it down. Actually, it was Gurwell. Gurwell knocks it down.
Yeah, nice little touch on the float there with the left. Again, a conversation we got to have with Coach Mike McKay in the previous game at halftime. Again, the skill level that has increased and grown across the country. If Mike McKay's impressed with it, that means things are good. For those who don't know Mike, he is the director, manager, all things of women's basketball high performance here in Canada, and the growth in the women's game, a lot of credit to be given to Mike and what he does, helping lead and guide the way for the women's programming here in Canada.
Yeah, it's a great conversation. Go back and check that from the halftime. Speaking of high performance, Jacob Velosi, that last possession knocked down her second 3 of the game. And Sao now trying to find some room. She goes away, throws a one-handed shot up and knocks it in.
Another left-handed touch. Again, I can remember such a big thing growing up. Oh, got to use your left, and people struggling with it. And again, you're seeing athletes that could be 13, 14, 15 years old being really adept using both hands already.
And foul is going to come up here. And you know how I know it's the gold medal game? Because the scoreboard has the players on it with their points and fouls totals.
Again, they bring in the big guns. I'm surprised we weren't replaced for this one.
I know.
But, we could have gotten Marv and Costas or something for this one. We could have been out of a job for this if that. But it looks like they brought in
Rob Black in.
Yeah. Jack and Matt.
The TSN crews
taking over for us.
The TSN crews in town for the Battle of Alberta tomorrow for the CBL.
Yeah,
going to use that.
Maybe they're hearing this right now and they're going to show up at halftime and give us the boot.
Yeah, they're going to give us the run in. I'm ready to tag with you, Reagan. There's Sue Duyak.
We'll have to defend the belts if it happens.
Double clothesline all day.
Oh, yeah. Blue Thunder bombs and stunners for days.
Absolutely. Here's Sao, goes up, pass it over to Fami. Fami can't get it to go, but she's fouled. Yana Fami, who, as I mentioned on Friday, was the leading scorer in that game and has been a consistent player for this Quebec team. And really a nice 1-2 punch inside that post area with Fami and Sao as you're starting to see that more and more. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the game, but you're getting a chance to see it now too, Regan.
Yeah, you can see, just looking at her standing at the free throw line right now, the length that she has, that's going to be problematic for BC to deal with. again, that's an advantage Quebec will need to take advantage of. Using too many of the same word in one sentence there. But yeah, they need to take advantage of her length as much as possible today. It is a big weapon for them.
Sammy getting the chance, but not going to fade her as the BC U15 trying to get in her ear.
It's the most cheerful taunting of all time, though. Happy birthday if you're happy and you know
I know.
it. It's kind of funny, but
much different in our day.
Yeah, a lot less friendly on the chirps.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Definitely was. Pass off, stolen away there by Fami. Fami trying to go coast to coast. She goes up. A little bit too much mustard on that one. Second chance doesn't go down. Ball rolls around, and BC comes back out with it with an outlet pass ahead. They're trying to go one-on-one. Goes up. Denied there by Baland. So BC now led early in this game, but right now Quebec defense and some fast breaks have them on the opposite side of the game. Sal passed it around. Ball gets tipped. Serduyak comes up and knocks down the runner in the lane for 2.
Yeah, great little touch. And again, low foul count. Refs really letting them play. I love to see it. Just a nice casual jog for these officials here in this one.
Stop pop for the tray. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound underneath. And that is Natasha Foap getting the Nasan Fadop. Able to get that. Now passed ahead to Fami. Fami passes it off to So. So goes up. Gets denied from behind by Jordan Knorr.
Yeah, very savvy on the defensive move there. Just worked her body around the offensive player and avoided contact and blocked it away. It was a great play.
Jump ball. It'll go back to British Columbia, and shot clock is turned off. 17.5, 17-14 for Quebec. As the substitution comes in for BC, Zoe Malati will check into the game and give Cameron Tate a break.
A flat look on the baseline here.
And go down to the post right away and then come back, and Knorr under 10 seconds now. Shot clock is still running with BC getting the ball back. Knorr goes up, throws it up. Gets it to go. Nice job there by Knorr. And the clock will expire, so Knorr gets in the little raindrop there at the end. And at the end of, I don't think we've changed the score just yet. I believe it should be 18-17. Oh, no, sorry, my apologies. 17-16 for Quebec. And a very tight first quarter here in the gold medal game, Regan.
What we want to see, right? We want to be, are you not entertained?
I'm entertained, very, very much so. Back to back. Now we just had the entertaining bronze medal game and bringing it here into the gold.
Yeah, again, we anticipated a great day of basketball here at the Jack, and it is living up to the billing, and I don't see it stopping as we finish up this one and get into the 17U final. So again, BC, what I'm seeing so far is it's not a big X's and O's game. It's a lot of quality talent just making plays. Athleticism showing out, nice touch on a lot of these finishes. These girls playing with no fear out there. Again, the big moment bringing out the best in them is what I'm seeing so far.
Would you say that it's been more of a wing and forward post game for Quebec, and then more of a guard-driven game for British Columbia?
You know, a little bit of everything from everybody. Probably if we looked at the numbers, I think you'd be right. But again, everybody, it seems like nobody looks out of place out there.
No.
Every now and then, you know, a player might get into a game like this and a little nervous, a little uncomfortable to start with. But right now, it looks like everybody's settled in pretty well. And like we said, clean on the fouls, pretty limited on the turnovers. Girls are just playing hard, and it's been a good game to watch so far.
That's a really solid point you just brought up, Regan, of kind of having that championship mentality and growing into it. Some of these girls, I guess, would have had some junior high experience. Some of them maybe in their first year of high school?
At this level, it could be. Yeah, it's all age-based, not grade-based. So, again, if you're, Doogie Howser and you find yourself way ahead in school, then, perhaps. Yeah, you could have some 7th all the way up to 10th graders, depending on, where they are in their education and how soon their parents started them in school. I got to thank my mom for starting me off real early. I didn't turn 17 until halfway through 12th grade. Never played a high school football game older than 16.
There you go.
And there were dudes on other squads that were clearly 19. Although I was 6'2" and 225 at that time, so it was not a size issue.
That would help.
I could run through a few folks back then.
And we bulldoze here to the second. Sal passes in the corner. Nice crossover there by Martel. She goes up, can't get it to go. Ball's batted around. Who wants it more? Another jump ball, and there's been a plenty of jump balls in this game, and double subs getting ready to check in for BC. As the Van de Vee checks in, and Millette and Tate. So kind of going back with that double post. We saw a lot of that double post with Van de Ven and with Tate, and they're going to go right back to it.
So now we see Quebec setting up in their 1-3-1 again. They put the length in that middle spot, and she rotates down out of that corner, dropping into that rebounding position as that bottom of the zone sprints out to cover the corners. So it starts in this 1-3-1 look, and then you'll kind of see it morph depending on where the ball goes. And again, right there, nice ball pressure from number 6.
It's Martel.
That's Martel doing the job.
Model job by Martel. So ball goes back to Quebec. Gold medal on the line. Who will take it home? Right now, the East leading the West right now, 2-0. Spin off right there by Tate. Gets in the corner to Noor.
Little off on the spacing there by BC as they kind of sort out where they need to go against this 1-3-1 setup. Heels on the line. Again, that possession was just kind of off. The spacing wasn't right to start. They scrambled to try to get there, and the young lady that just stepped out in the corner, she was the one that was kind of, in somebody else's space to start with, and I think that maybe led to the ball bounces on the sideline. That's a tough one right there. So just as we talk about it was pretty clean in the first quarter, we're now seeing a rash of turnovers to start the second.
That was Sandhu that stepped out there. But this 1-3-1's almost throwing off BC's offense.
I agree, effective so far.
And down on the shot clock once again. They try to go to Sandhu again. This time she does stay in bounce. Throws up a shot, can't get it. Shot clock will not reset because it goes off the glass, and it'll go back to Quebec.
Yeah, I think, again, they passed up a good corner three earlier in that possession. Again, I don't know if she's a strong enough shooter that's a shot she likes to take, but it looked like a good clean look, and probably should have let it fly in that scenario.
Quebec now bringing it back. Leading this one just by a point. 8:35 left here in the second. No fouls by either side. Neither coach has taken a timeout yet either. Serdayuk guarded up top. Trying to find some room under 10 of the shot clock. Passes it off to Fami. Fami drops it down. Can't get it at the buzzer there. And another shot clock violation going on the other side now. And BC bringing it back up.
Yeah, referee's really letting them play. I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I like that. I like it.
Here's a three ball. Can't get that one to go, but there for a rebound. And not able to land it down either was Tate. Here's Sao. She's trying to go one-on-one here with Sadu. Nice crossover. Goes up one hand and knocks it down. Beautiful handles and then finishing with the one hand.
Yep, great job there. Quebec extends the lead up to 3, 19-16. 7:40 to go here in the second.
Here's a three from Noor. Can't get that one to go. Now jumping on top of the ball, Van de Vee. Passes it back out. Noor gets trapped, tries to get it out. Gerwald goes up. She can't get it to go. And then right there on the spot is Tate to finish it off.
Yeah, great hustle and effort on that play from BC, answering the bucket from Quebec at the other end.
So now bringing it up, handling the point guard duties right now for this Quebec squad. Fami wants it down in the post. She goes around, she goes up, she goes under, and she lands it in.
Might have got a little hook there coming around, but officials on that backside doesn't see that one and is able to get to the rim and score on that reverse.
A fake off there by Tate. Pass in the corner. Here's the three by Sandhu. Knocks it down. Big time tray for Sandhu.
Again, if they're going to stick in the 1-3-1, that's a great spot to attack it, and it's good to see BC hunting that corner three. It's one that has a chance of being open against that formation defensively. It's a it's a long rotation, depending whether you're dropping from the wing or you're running out from the low one to the corner. It again, put your shooter down there, force that defense to go. Now, if we see Quebec stick in it, now it's time for lift, fake, go. Maybe create some advantage, get them over rotating, and maybe find some easy drop-ins there in the paint as they create advantage against that look.
Yeah, it's 21 apiece. What are you seeing, Reagan? Are you impressed by both these teams? Obviously, how can you not be with a tied game? But
yeah, absolutely. Again, like we said, for the most part, pretty clean on the turnovers. Again, foul counts low. Refs are letting them play. Coaches are making use of their rosters. Again, we're looking like, again, the confidence level that you see of teams in a gold medal game never lacking, right? Like, there's a reason that they got here. There's a reason that they're playing for a gold. It's because they've been great all week. You can't, I mean, the one nice thing about this tournament is you can't afford an early loss with how the pool play works.
Yeah.
It does set up your, if you win out in your pool, it sets you up for a good road in the playoff round. But if you're in the power pool, you can still lose 2 games and get to the gold medal match. And so I believe that's where both these teams started, and that's where they're both going to finish. So again, they found a way to be solid all week, win the ones that really mattered, and here they are playing strong, confident basketball in the final. And again, somebody's going home with gold, somebody's taking home the silver. We've got, what do we got, 26 minutes left or so in this one, 27? Yep. Should be fun.
Should be fun. So that's the first timeout used by Quebec. They got 1. BC still has 2 remaining. Sir Diuk going to bring it up. That's a scary pass, and that's why Van de Vie comes and steals it away, but Quebec looking to take it back, but nope, BC's going to keep it, and they'll reset their offense. But a really dangerous pass there. You never want to do those cross-court passes, and then BC comes back with a bucket. That's got to be one of your number 1 rules as a coach, Regan, is never do those cross-court passes.
Well, there's so many layers to it. It really depends who's making it, where and when and to who and from who. And there's, seeing again right there, what you would prefer, player driving down the lane, drifting to the corner. She's anticipating her teammate being in the corner. She gets up in the air, goes to look. Teammate's not where she's expecting, tries to adjust her pass, and instead the Flair Airline sign takes a hit there on the sideline.
Yes, it does. Tate passes it off to Knorr. Trying to get a screen to get the pick and pop. Gets it down on the pop. Rotating it around. In the corner. Knocks down the 3 for Ashley Van de Ven. But
they're waving that one off on that hop step.
Not going to be able to go down. You're forward knocking down trays too. You got to love it, but not going to go from the hop step like you mentioned, Regan.
Yeah. And again, all the great sponsors there on the far side. Just don't take out the keg sign.
No.
We treated ourselves to a dinner there the other night, and it was tremendous.
My brother-in-law's favorite restaurant, the Keg. Whenever he comes from the UK, he has to go to the Keg.
Well, you got to get that bird of beef.
And it goes away right there. We got a lot of fantastic sponsors here, so maybe let's talk about some of them really, really quickly. We got the CCAA, Fanatics, Canada Basketball, Canada Post, Flair Airlines, MLSE, Toyota, the City of Edmonton, The Keg, Sun Life, Gatorade, Nike, Sportsnet, Laziz, Molten, Wilbur, Delince, and Victory. Thank you for sponsoring Canada Basketball.
So if Sportsnet's on there, are we getting promoted up to the big?
It's happening. Yeah, it's happening.
Big cast?
Yeah. Much like the CBLs on TSN Plus, this is on Sportsnet Plus.
All right, Devlin, you're out, buddy.
You're out. Now passed ahead. Here's Knorr. Gets it ahead. Up under. Passes it around. Good ball movement from BC. But shot clock winds down. And this is like...
There's the hop again. That's the hop step.
Okay.
They called the travel before the shot clock. Again, some refs a keen eye for that. I've seen some refs not call it as much. Other refs really keen on it. It is a travel. If you get the ball, do that little hop to set your feet. Technically, you've left the ground and came back down. By the book, it is a travel. And again, you've got to as a player, you've got to learn how to time it as that ball hits your hands so that you're getting your feet set before you have possession.
Sow driving in, goes in, doesn't get the shot. She gets a rebound. She's hounded by everyone there. And it's 2x2 with that hop step, Regan, where they've had beautiful ball movement and they've had an opportunity for a wide open three from it. So while you're upset that you take that hop set and you're getting the turnover, you got to like that you're just going to go back to it and back to it and back to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, it's a habit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's something that's clearly practiced. And again, it's what's deeply held. Maybe she's working at eliminating it from her game, but under pressure, you're going to resort to those deeply held habits. And the key when you're developing your skills and practicing and getting better is making sure that those deeply held habits are the correct ones, so that when the pressure cranks up, when you're in a gold medal game, that you're doing things the way you need to be.
So Noor now handling the rock, trying to find some room, gets it in the corner for an open look at a three. No hop set this time, just buckets by Tor.
Again, there, clean on the footwork, nice release, loads the spring, lets it fly, generates the power, great follow through, all the elements that lead to a good shot, and it was nothing but net.
Quebec going to try to come back with a three, can't get it, but Fami's able to get the rebound. She's going to try to go around, up, under, this time not in, but that seems to be her go-to.
Yeah, she's been really good around the rim for the most part, just a little off on that one.
Tapis Singh, nice diamond side, beautiful pass by Tapis Singh, finding AV squared, Ashley Van de Ven. Quebec now. Double thought on that three right there, did Serduik, and ends up traveling, so sub's gonna come in now for this Quebec team.
Yeah, and again, it's interesting, we didn't see the nerves early. Seemed like both teams were coming in fairly confident. Now again, a few more turnovers starting to creep into this one. BC now pushing up to a 7-point lead, 28-21, with 3:30 to go here at the Jack.
Pass in the corner there. It's Tor. Tor for three. You betcha, Tor knocks down the tray. You can put on the board.
Yeah, she's been real nice so far for BC, having a great game. 10-point bulge.
Serduik passes it off to Sao. Quebec really needs a bucket. So we're in the dire minutes here of the half. Serduik wide open for three. Can't get that one to go down. Hits backside iron. And now an attack from BC. Here's Noor. Guarded heavily there by Serduik. She'll come off. Now wants to go one-on-one with Sao. She's going to throw up a tray. Can't get that one to go.
I would have liked to see a little more ball movement there. I think that's what Coach, I want to get his name right, Coach Noor, talking to her about.
Serduik.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, that may be his daughter.
I would assume so. Saw that with the Solis on the Newfoundland team as well.
And I made a mistake with our Alberta girls earlier this week with our 15s. Coach Newman, one of the assistants with the 15s. There's an Ashley Newman on the team.
Yes, there is. She's a very good
Not
player.
related.
No, okay.
Not related. Same spelling. They even look alike, but not related. So I've had to apologize to Coach Newman and to Ashley for making that mistake. Although they do like each other, and they are a family here on the team this summer. So not the worst mistake I've ever made.
Not the worst. And Ashley Newman, a really good player for that Alberta squad. And we'll have a timeout here as a little bit of thinking on everything right now. 2:19. This lead now is blown up to a double-digit lead. It's 31-21. And what are you seeing now from BC that's got them into this lead, Regan?
Again, their three-point shooting has been good, and their ball movement has been good. And you know what? Again, not scared whatsoever. Again, all the years I've been at this championship, we all know you come in, 1 and 1A are going to be Quebec and Ontario. They're always good, always loaded, always players that are already representing Canada on the national stage in a lot of cases. But again, the microcosm that we're seeing in Canada, again, the New Brunswicks, the Nova Scotias, the Newfoundlands, they can hang with this. And then you get to the BCs, the Albertas, those kind of, those provinces that have a little bit more population, a little more to draw from. And the gap between those squads ain't what it used to be. And it's like we see around the world. Look in the NBA, where are all the top players from?
International.
Yeah, like even look at all the top MVP vote getters this year.
Our last MVPs have been from Cameroon, from Greece/Nigeria, and from, I always forget where Jokic is officially from. Serbia, thank you.
Yeah, and again, who were the top three getters this year? Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic again.
And you look at the top three players in the league, and someone might throw Luka into there.
Yeah, you've got Doncic. You've got You've got almost 2 Canadian, like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
First team All-NBA.
Got first team All-NBA, got an MVP vote this year.
Yes, he did, rightfully so.
Exactly, and again, future bright for Canada on the hoop scene on both sides,
you mean
men's
the
and women's.
2023 FIBA champions?
That, well, let's
Put
hope
it out
so.
in the universe.
Let's hope so. Coming up, we've already seen some great international performances on the women's side and on the men's side in some America Cup and America's Championship stuff.
Some of the 3-on-3 for Canada.
3-on-3,
Women
yeah.
beat France.
Yeah, I was at that game, helping run some events up there in Edmonton this past week. And again, a shout out to the 3x3 Hoopers. Phenomenal. If you haven't watched that, recommend diving into that. It's all available on YouTube. You can watch the 2023 Edmonton Masters and Women's Series and watch the Plouffe sisters from Edmonton along with Paige Crozon and Casey Bosch representing Canada on the 3x. They are the #1 team in the world, actually.
Rightfully so.
And they are a dominant force.
Speaking of dominating right now, BC trying to extend their lead, and a nice take to the hole there by Tupas Singh. Tupas Singh, who had a really nice dime of a pass earlier on, and now going to the line. And
so just one pass? Sir?
Just one pass. It was really nice, though. It was really, really nice. And again, they have a good job there with Ashley Van de Ven and Cameron Tate in that front court, but it's a lot of good guard play from this British Columbia team.
Mm-hmm.
Sal will check back into the game. Sal relatively has been quiet, exploded in a handful of games, but so far has been pretty quiet in this one. Same with Fami.
Mm-hmm. But BC up 12.
Up 12, yeah.
Minute 48. This game is flying by. I'll tell you, the lack of turnovers and the lack of foul calls, which are a good thing, don't get me wrong. I am not complaining. The less whistles you hear in a game usually means the better version of basketball that we're
Absolutely.
seeing. And right there, that's a good call. Bump on the drive. The Quebec girl gained advantage, got to the rim, and drew the contact. That's number 3, Margarita Serduc. Great stuff from her on that take.
Yeah, and Marg has been very good all tournament long. She's been a hound on both sides of the ball. She reminds me of a former Trojan, actually, on the women's team, Melissa Woolley, who was an absolute dog in the Pat McAfee, best voice I can do there, on both sides of the ball. And I've seen that from Margarita Serduc.
Yes, and for the Pat McAfee fans out there, people looking to become champions here. Champions here tonight at the Jack. Curious to see how his show evolves moving over to ESPN.
A lot of people have questions.
Yes.
A lot of people have questions.
And rightfully so.
Yes. And we have a substitution coming in for BC, and one of their 3-point dogs, it'll be Shea Sandu. So 90 seconds left here, 33-22. Again, the team foul is really short on this one. BC with 1, Quebec with 2. BC has both their timeouts. Quebec has none. Getting a double team at the top of the key there, and they just can't get out of it. But they're going to say that was off of British Columbia. I'm not going to say it's a foul. It's a hold there. Okay.
Got a foul there, evening up 2 fouls apiece on these teams in this quarter.
Sal will be your inbounder. She gets it in, finds Fami. Fami goes up, goes under, tries to get it in, gets her own rebound. She's hounded underneath, tries to throw it away. Sal just tippy-toes on the baseline, but not enough, and she goes out of bounds, 1:12 remaining.
Yeah, a lot of physicality on that play, a lot of bumping, a lot of bruising, and the officials letting them play. Again, I have no problem with that.
No problem with that. And Canada, well, not Canada, the Canada gold medal U17 game coming up soon, and we got the 15, and speaking of 17, the Alberta U17 has checked into the building.
Yep, walking in now, getting ready for their big matchup coming up.
Kick ball, I haven't seen that really before, kind of getting a little bit lackadaisical on it and then just kind of coming off of your foot when you bring the ball up. I don't think I've ever – there's been a lot of firsts for me in 10 years of broadcasting the game. I've seen a lot of firsts here at the U15 and U17s.
Yeah, again, this tournament, just such a unique environment. Love being a part of it in any aspect. Had the privilege to coach at it and help run it. Now doing some broadcasts this year. A lot of fun.
Can't get that three to go down. Rebounded by Van de Ven. And Tate has it, but she gets just stripped away from Fami, and Fami will slow it up. Gives a little Bob Cousy pass ahead, and Sao gets it. Now to Serdiak. Back to Sao. She goes for the tray. Can't get that one to go. Rebound. Gonna go down to BC. 2-on-1. Gets it ahead. And the finish. Hoop and the harm. Yeah. Hannah Gerwell.
Wow. Smallest player on the floor. Big finish at the rim. Takes the contact. Great stuff right there. Is that Sierra Tour or no?
That's Gerwall.
Gerwall. Hannah Gerwall.
Grewal has been really fantastic, specifically coming in when Nora is set in the break. And I've loved it. Again, you said like this earlier, it's kind of essentially all-star teams. You love to see the alternate players that are coming in, and sometimes these players that are on the bench, they're younger, and they're going to have a time, one more maybe run at this team next year, and kind of getting ready for them to go in. And there's Grewal again. She can't get it to go, though. The shot clock turned off, and Quebec, BC will take a timeout as Quebec trying to see if they can come back in here. It's 35-22. It has exploded towards BC in this game. Yeah,
and Coach Knorr had saved these timeouts, and now he gets to take advantage and set something up again. But conversely, as a team, Quebec now has the opportunity to set their defense and maybe make some adjustments here, come out with something that BC hasn't seen or not expecting. So coach is going to have to make sure he's got a good game plan coming out of this timeout.
See what they can do. And Quebec came into this game and had a lot of promise to them right now, but this BC team has came out with some heavy guard play and just done a fantastic job. Some real cohesiveness to this BC team is what we've seen so far, and particularly I think they've done a good job in the post with Tate and Van de Ven of really slowing down Fan and Nassan Fadoop and Sao, not really letting any of their poster wings really get going.
Mm-hmm. You know, and to the point, one of the points when we had the conversation with Coach Mike McKay earlier, talent's not enough anymore. It's all the pieces. Your talent has to match your execution, has to match your attitude. Like, all those things have to come together. Because again, if you're just going to roll the ball out and hope you're better than the other team, you can't do that at this tournament. The scouting, the preparation, the opportunity to be there, and be strong in every aspect is there. And again, coach still has another timeout. If he wanted to draw something new up, he could, and maybe take that opportunity. But Quebec right here using their length, athleticism to be disruptive defensively.
Yeah, Quebec doesn't really want to give anything up here. There's a trail. They almost get a steal there, but not able to get it. 5 seconds on the clock. Down to 4, down to 3. Here's a 3. Can't get it to go. Fami gets the rebound, and that will end the first half of play as it's British Columbia 35, Quebec 22. 6 for Fami to lead the way right now for Quebec, and 9 on the other side for Sadu for British Columbia.
Yeah, good defensive stand there by Quebec at the end. They needed that, being down 13 going into the half. I'm going to be honest, not having seen BC yet this week, I'm enjoying the surprise of how good they are out there. Again, Coach McKay had mentioned them earlier, so I figured they're in the gold medal game. They're going to be pretty good, but this is a really, really strong showing from their girls here for the 15U gold.
Yeah, I've been really excited about what they've been able to do and what we're going to see from the rest of the way. You got any big-time stats for us before we get out of here?
We're going to get there. Let's see what happens here as I...
well, in the meantime, just kind of talk about that run there, particularly in the first quarter. It was a very close game. We were tied at one point in this game, and then BC just really started to find their arc from 3 and also did a good job of starting to get to the line there at the end. And really have a cohesive mix there. And again, the one thing I've really seen from them is they've been able to stop the wings and the post play at Quebec, which they really rely on because those wings and those posts can facilitate to the guards and get them going, and we haven't been able to see that so far from Quebec. Regan?
Yeah, so leading the way here for BC, I think you mentioned Ashley Van de Ven
Yes.
with 10 and 7 rebounds. So again, she's doing a lot to help BC out here. And then Shea Sandu also with 9, doing a great job. Nor leading them with 3 assists, getting the ball moving. For Quebec, Jakob Volsi with 6, Fami with 6, Sal with 4. So again, balance from Quebec, but low scoring also from Quebec. So it's, again, 13-point lead. We say that now, but we saw what happened in the bronze game.
Yep.
12-point deficit for Ontario going into the 4th. Found a way to come back and tie, win it in overtime. So this is clearly not an insurmountable amount for these Quebec girls who have a ton of talent and ability. But if BC can maintain the quality team play we've seen from them so far, great chance to hang on and take home the gold.
We will see what happens. We'll take a quick break for the half. Unfortunately, no Coach McKay for you in this intermission, but a lot of exciting basketball action ahead. For Regan, I'm Josh. We'll see you in 12. What it is, what it do, we are back live in Calgary, Alberta at the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. We are a half away from crowning our first gold medalist today. This on the U15 side between British Columbia and Quebec. It is right now 35-22. Regan Wood, the brains of the operation, with Joshua Adam, William Arbuthnot. And Regan, we saw an upset in the last game as an East team came back. Quebec will try to play spoiler again.
Well, again, on paper, you'd think that this is the upset brewing as well with BC on top, but, seeing how they're playing, I don't know, This is going to be a great finish. Again, this is actually my first look at this BC team this week in this first half, and I've just been beyond impressed with their ball movement, the way they play as a team. They're really getting the job done. I mean, holding Quebec to 22 is no small task, and putting up 35, enjoying a 13-point lead here. Pretty impressed with what BC can do. But, again, Quebec's one of those teams that you can never count out. We saw it with Ontario last game. Don't be foolish. Don't jump the gun. These Quebec girls are going to make a push here without a doubt.
We are going to be in store from some madness at the end here. Ooh, yeah. It starts with Quebec. You got to expect they're going to come out hot, or at least traveling. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to start off with the travel. There we go.
Now the split step travels are going to come.
Me. Now we start off now with Nor, potentially a coach's relative. Potentially.
Yes, again, as I said, made that mistake before this week. That's a Newman, common last name.
Yes.
Nor, a little less common.
Yeah.
I think I'm safe on that assumption.
And aside to Fami, way too much on that, and we've seen that too. It's from these younger posts sometimes. They put a little bit too much on it instead of that little soft touch off the glass.
That's going to go.
Yes, it is. Goes off, rolls around, roll up the rim to win. Right now for BC.
That's not the season, though, is it?
It's not the season. We're getting there.
When is roll up the rim season?
It's like fall.
Is it fall? Well, and then you got McDonald's Monopoly in November, right?
Well, that's your cameraman. Maybe he knows. Do you know when roll up the win to win is? Okay, we might have to go. Well, I'm sure we'll get feedback all over the YouTube right now.
He's a BC guy, though. He's probably a Starbucks guy.
Okay. Okay. Mostly energy. McDonald's coffee, though, very underrated.
Not a coffee guy, so I couldn't tell you. Not a coffee guy.
Ball passed around right now. Quebec hoping for some kind of perk. Sao dishes it off. Going for the three. Can't get that one to go. Fami underneath again. She gets in a tie-up situation right there with Sando.
Yeah, ball back over to BC, and they're up 16 now after that three-point play to start the third.
Not the start that you wanted to see if you're Quebec. Goes up and goes in, and what a start for British Columbia in this one. That is Topis Sain getting the two right there, and now an 18-point lead for British Columbia. And the British are coming right now for Quebec. Serdayuk going for the three, can't get it to go. Fami, little too much there on the back elbow, and ball's going to go back to Quebec again. And
again, as this pressure ramps up, as this lead grows, again, trying to do, like you said, trying to do a little too much, a little too aggressive, and that call gets made. 2 quick fouls on Quebec here in the third quarter.
And the one thing I've seen with this BC team too, Regan, is a lot of poise. They're very poised.
Yeah, again, you've got a lot of length and athleticism at every spot for Quebec. BC definitely on the smaller side in this matchup, but again, no fear going into the rim there. The lane opened up like the St. Lawrence Seaway for BC against Quebec.
And then that one goes right over Martello, was trying to catch it, and again, forcing it a lot by Quebec. And we got more action coming up. Obviously, we got the boys stuff that's going out in that area right now. That's
out in Sherbrooke at Bishop's.
Yep, it's going out there, and so you can catch that on YouTube. But we still got this game coming on. And after this, Regan will be going Vin Scully on the call as we get ready for Alberta and Quebec in that one. And I'm sure the Jack will be very packed for that one.
Well, we put it out on social media, folks. Come down and watch Alberta battle Quebec in the 17U final. But if you're not here already, you're missing a good one. BC up 20 against Quebec. And you say, well, Coach, how is that a good one? But it's good because, wow, BC is really showing what they can do. And again, you can appreciate, what's happening. I don't want to call it a blowout yet because, again, I guarantee you Quebec's going to make a run. This will happen at some point. They might not get all the way back, but they will make this interesting at some point here in the second half. But you got to be impressed with the talent here at the 15U level for BC and Quebec. But, again, BC really getting her done here so far.
I'm actually kind of flabbergasted, I use that word, that Quebec only has 22 points.
Yes, it is not scrumtralescent. Yeah, I had to go there, John. I've been saving the scrumtralescence for you. Deep dive on the actor inside the actor's studio.
Adieu. I got nothing on that comeback. Ball's going to go back to British Columbia.
Back when SNL was good, huh?
Yeah. Sadly, I still watch it.
You know what?
Once in a while, you get something.
You know what? I don't mind weekend updates still from time to time. There's usually a good joke or two on there. And if it's a host you like, it's worth diving in. Sometimes they'll get a good comedian on. But scrumtralescent, that is the way to go.
Oh, my goodness.
Here tonight.
Zando. Ball will go and stay with British Columbia on that one. That one. BC now has a chance to grow this lead even more, and you don't want to take your foot off the gas, though, if you're BC, because we know this Quebec team can take a run, and they're not. They're going to go right inside to Ashley Van de Ven, AV squared. Zhao, who's been quiet as a church mouse in this one, goes for the three and knocks it down, and maybe that's what's going to light the lamp for Quebec.
Yeah, tough little step back kind of ISO 3 there. Big shot, confident back rim and down on that one. Now that's gonna be a fourth team foul on Quebec. Yes, it is.
Well, the last time a team from the province of Quebec stepped on this floor, and I don't want to rub salt in the wound, was the Dawson Blues as they lost the CCA championship to the Metatroy, the State Trojans. So shouts to all the Dawson Blues and their coaching staff. They were absolutely fantastic when they were here. But right now, maybe Quebec and everyone in the Quebec area not liking the Jack Simpson so much.
No, it shattering dreams.
Shattering dreams.
Here in the Jack if you're from Quebec this year.
And they're shattering dreams, and BC right now, they're just being a natural. Making three there. BC showing a 3-2 right now. Serdayuk gets stolen away by Noor, leading a break up. She's going to pause. She's got all the time in the world and the lead, so no rush.
Issue on the shot clock here.
Yeah. I blame Pollyanna Story.
I think what's good here is we'll start to, as the evening goes on, we'll start to see more and more of the teams as they've wrapped up their schedule coming in and seeing the end of the tournament here. Again, hopefully we get a nice full crowd by the end of this one and a packed house for Alberta and Quebec in the 17s final.
Speaking of Pollyanna Story, shouts to her and all the dinos that have contributed and volunteered their time to this fantastic U17 and U15 Canada basketball tournament.
Absolutely, from everyone here at the University of Calgary and people just in the community that have stepped up and volunteered their time and their services here at the Jack. They've done so that you and I can be rewarded handsomely for being the sultry voices here of this championship. We're kidding, of course.
Limousine riding, jet flying, broadcasted machines.
Rolex wearing.
Woo! And we're having a whole time holding these alligators down.
Yeah.
Half the birthday. They got half the birthday in there at the last second.
Well, not enough. It still went down 48-25. 6:10 to go in the third. Honestly, a little surprising on the score.
Very.
But BC has played so well, and they've almost forced another turnover.
Yeah,
here.
Fami's able to get us.
Staying up in the pressure.
Should know too, Regan. Quebec, 5 fouls. BC clean on the sheet, and it's 6:05. So BC's in the bonus, have the big lead, and they'll be shooting for the rest of the quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, picked up one there on BC, so the sheet no longer clean.
It's getting closer now.
Yeah, but that's, again, 6 minutes, 5 seconds at least in the bonus here for BC. That could play a big factor in them being able to push this lead.
So Quebec now trying to pressure, trying to get some kind of a run going here. Passes it off, ball whipped around. Try to go in the corner there, shot clock winding down, sneaks it inside, gets it to go down. 4-2, that's Gannon. We got a big 3 to start us off, but it's been very quiet since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every possession now becoming more and more critical for Quebec as they look to cut into this lead. But the composure that the BC girls are showing, again, that one's just close. Again, on that long miss off the back rim, that's a confident miss.
Yeah.
That means you got your legs under it, your release was good, straight on line, comes back straight off, means, again, inch or two away from being down in the bottom and 3 more points on the board. And as we've talked about, now the foul is playing a factor on that loose ball situation. Mm-hmm. Quebec picks up a foul. BC going to the line, chance for some easy points uncontested.
That's absolutely a huge point there, Regan. Those loose balls, that's when a lot of fouls are going to be created. And now every time there is those lawn threes, they're going to be a jump ball situation, people tipping all over the place. And you're going to create those fouls. And like that, you're going to have a chance to shoot. Grewal will be getting ready to come in the next sub.
Yeah, and again, the hustle and effort from every team we've seen this week has been great. Those loose ball situations, there's been so many of them because all these girls this week have been able and willing to stick their nose in there and work to gain possession for their teams.
3, Gannon. She's starting to heat up.
There's much needed. Couple of threes here in the third for Quebec.
19-point lead, so still a jaunt to go. If you can get it to 10 by the end of the quarter, you'll be smiling. Norris says, no, not just yet. We aren't fading anywhere. Back to a 20-plus lead for BC.
Yeah, they don't want no scrubs on that one. That is solid, strong play from BC.
I got no comeback for that. I was going to do something about waterfalls, but I was going to figure it in.
Perhaps Quebec can creep back into this one.
There you go. So Grewal comes into the game. And Tiana Boz, first time I believe we've seen Boz. She's going to get some run here in this gold medal game. In the corner, Gannon, who has had the hot hand for BC, gets it down low to Fami. Fami takes too many steps, and again, we got to give a lot of credit down in that post to Cameron Tate and to Ashley Vanda Ven. They've done a tremendous job of not letting Fami get anything in this game.
Yeah, again, she's got the length and athleticism. I think she's still kind of learning how to use it all.
Yeah.
And again, these younger athletes, they get their size and their thing, and the skills maybe lag behind a little bit at first. And it kind of appears that's what's going on for her in this one.
Nor not legging a big tray for her.
Yeah. Coach got to be a little extra happy about that one.
No doubt about
as much as the coach hat's on, I'm imagining the dad hat is always on as well when you see a play like that.
So 54-30. It's been all British Columbia. Dish in the corner. Here's another 3 for Quebec to answer, and they do. So BC comes right back and answers with a 3 of their own. A much-needed 3 from BC as we have 3+ left here in the third.
Mm-hmm. Quebec's now, the real key for Quebec now, if they've gotten their offense going, the stops are going to be paramount for them.
Yep.
If BC can continue to find scores, again, look at those handles.
Nor.
That's nice. And she gets her own aboard.
Gets her on board, and she gets fouled by Fami.
Yeah, again, really impressed with her. Again, I haven't seen a player yet on BC that I haven't been impressed with.
No, it's a really well-coached team, too, by Coach Nor.
Yeah, they've shown up big in the biggest moment this week. So kudos to BC for being ready to play today.
Yaka Velasi and Warren will check back in. First time we're seeing Warren in this game.
Yeah, preparation meeting opportunity here. Some people say that's what luck is, but
Yep.
I think it's just good coaching, good playing, and ready to go for the moment. This is what you work for all summer. Again, a lot of these PSO programs that put these teams together, you're starting your preparation. I mean, I know for us in Alberta, we start our preparation immediately again in September with our fall academies, where we're already starting to look at players, helping them build up their skills. And every province will do something similar. And again, we have our coaches picked and our tryouts going by January of the year. And then, again, get those things in place. We know what we've got to work towards. So this is the culmination of 12 months of work for, the PSOs, their coaches, their players, all the development that goes on throughout the year. And this is, this is the reward that you want. You want to show that what's going on in your province, from grassroots all the way up through your elite programming, is being successful. And as again, when we talked with Mike McKay earlier, what we're seeing across the board in Canada, good things happening in every province in regards to developing these young athletes.
Yeah, you have absolutely seen that, no doubt about it. There's another three, can't get that one to go. And now pass ahead to Nor, and you talk about great athletes. She has been one. Skips around, stops, pops, goes for the two, can't get it to go. Ball is batted around. Rebounded by Van de Veen. Right back out, Nor gonna go for a three, can't get it to go. And walks in and knocks in the two. Coming off the bench, Tanya Boss. Looking like a boss.
Wow. Again, the box out, again, Quebec player goes for the aggressive box out. And then just great, almost a good swim rip move, like they're rushing the QB to get around there, and finds her way to that offensive board. And again, here we are, 58-33 BC, 25 up. I've kept saying Quebec's going to make a run. Clock's ticking.
Well, they're going to do it. They bring in some key players with Fami, Sao, and Martel. Some of the key frontline players, and Tapis Singh will come in. She's had some nice moments in this one, but yeah, you keep on feeling like, when's the shoe going to drop? When's Quebec going to get that run that we see that they're going to have? I mean, a lot of people, if you would have told them at the start of the day, they would have said, yeah, Quebec has the very good chance to get both gold medals, and right now, and I believe they had a chance to get 3 overall between the men and the women. And there's a shot right there by Sal.
Yeah, that's correct. And wow. Again, now carved it down just to 23 now. It's
Jordan.
Yeah, and there's the pressure. Tipped. If they stay up in this, they might be able to force the time count.
Boss has got to get across. She doesn't. Stolen away. That's Jacob Velassi. She goes up. She doesn't get it, but Jacob Velassi will get a chance now to go to the line and earn it the hard way. She started off the game hitting 2 big threes. She's been a little bit quiet since then, but she'll go to the line, stop the clock, and try to make these both go down. 150 left here in the third.
Yeah, every one of these matters. Now we need to see these drop clean through the bottom on that first one for Quebec.
And the Quebec U17 now checked into the game, into the gym rather. Checked into the gym, and they'll be taking on Alberta, and you can see it right here on YouTube. Regan will be on that call for you.
And contact there. That's going to send BC, should send BC to the line. As we said, in the bonus early in this quarter.
I haven't seen a lot of it.
Yeah, Quebec, I mean, again, as soon as you find yourself in that bonus, then that switch goes off in your head of, oh man, we better be careful so that we don't give away freebies. And it kind of softens up your defense a little bit. Especially, again, you're Quebec, you're trying to be aggressive and create turnovers. And again, the fouls, they pile up a little bit. That's a 4th foul on number 14 for Quebec, too. So that's Fami heading out. That could be a major loss for them, not being able to have her until later in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, even though she's not hitting the offensive side that we know she has, she's still been effective on the glass and at least creating opportunities for other teammates in the glass. So maybe have to do it without her. Try to get it down low. Martel did, but not able to connect. Head to Tapis Singh. Singh goes around, up, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. And it's Van de Veen was trying to come in there.
Yeah, attempting the spin-a-rooney there, but coming up a little short.
1:15 left here. Warren tried to thread it inside. Gets it back. Whipped around, looked for a three. Got the sense of it going down, and it does indeed. It looks like Sir Dayuk able to knock down the tray.
Yeah, getting it under 20. 19-point gap. Let's see what BC does here.
And they step out of bounds.
You know what? I'd like to see that one again. I thought she kept her heels up.
It looked from my POV that she did, but
again, you can. It's tough. You see those heels hovering.
Yeah.
And it's easy. You can jump and make the assumption that they went on it. But again, I've had the knuckles wrapped already today. Not going to question our wonderful referees.
So the coach's dream right here would be to maybe get to a 15-point game. It's not going to help with that.
Yeah, but again, earlier shot still affords them the 2-for-1 opportunity here. So they'll at least get one more look. And they could do it again here if they take another quick one with BC with that quick turnover. So maybe a 3-for-1 in this situation.
So 37.7, 59-40 right now. You don't need the three. Just go in there and get the two.
Yeah, still, again, 10 minutes to go plus 30 seconds as we wind down the third. Just any score is helpful.
Martel passed it around. Serdiak already has 1-3 earlier. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Warren gets it. Can't keep it in. Does it go off a BC player? No, it just goes out of bounds. And the ball will go back to BC. 21.8. No shot clock.
Yeah, and let's see again. BC push this back over 20. Heading into the fourth, that would be quite something.
Yeah, BC has a chance to do a major situation right here. Knorr fakes off, goes up, can't get it to go, but guess what? She's going to the line.
Yep, shipping lane on the St. Lawrence Seaway right there. Quebec opening it up, allowing that free trade to the rim. Getting the econ references, maybe a little geography, maybe
there you go.
Maybe Strait of Juan de Fuca, perhaps. For
these are over my head, but
friend.
I love them.
That's the Strait of Juan de Fuca is what's in between Vancouver Island and the mainland BC there.
Fantastic.
I'm Albertan. We've got some lovely areas in our province to visit, but if I'm visiting anywhere else in Canada, I find my way out to beautiful BC.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful places. I've spent a lot of time in the Radium, Fairmont, Kimberley, Cranbrook area. Made a few trips out to the island. Big fan of Victoria and around there.
I love the seaport there, and right now the seaports and Nanaimo and every single part of BC smiling right now as it's 61-40. BC is on top with 1 quarter to go to get a gold medal for the 15U women's side.
You bet. And we'll shout out Quebec too, beautiful province as well. Our whole country, as we know.
Oh yeah.
Some of the most beautiful places on earth. A little cold at times.
A little cold.
But in our summer months, not many better places to be than here in Canada.
Nope.
Even when you are in a nice gym.
We're going to do a quick...
1.1 still on the clock. We were settling into...
Get ahead to Knorr. Knorr at the buzzer, off the glass. Doesn't go. It would have been interesting if that went against Quebec the other day. The 17U team had a shot at the end of the buzzer in the third, but not today. So, yeah, once again, score stays the same. 61-40, Regan Wood with Joshua Arbuthnot. We are 10 minutes away from crowning a gold medal champion. Presumably right now, it would be British Columbia.
Yeah, tall task ahead for La Belle Province. But, they say there's great fishing in Quebec. And maybe they can fish out some buckets here and get back into this one.
And they also say it ain't over till it's over. And we will see if it's over. Yeah, I mean, we just had a game. It was a 12-point lead. And we saw a comeback. So we'll see if we can see one more. 21 is a little bit different than being down 12. A little bit more to come back from.
It's a bit more of a gap. But regardless, my heart will go on for this tournament. It's been such a great week here in Calgary. Thank you again to our hosts here at the UFC. They've done a great job helping us at Alberta Basketball put this event on in conjunction with Canada Basketball. Thank you to our volunteers. Shout out to my co-workers, staff, family that we work together there at Alberta Basketball. We enjoy doing this. We love doing it. Great team there that we get to work with. Small team, but we find a way to get it done.
Absolutely.
So shout outs to Nat, Dion, and Jeff, along with our army of volunteers here this week, helping us put on the 2023 Canada Basketball National Championships. From the Jack Simpson, we are in gold medal mode.
We are in gold medal mode, and I echo that shout, as this will be the last quarter I'll get the call for these Canada Basketball Championships, as I have to go to, unfortunately, another gig after this, but it's been an absolute privilege to watch a lot of these young athletes and get to call alongside you, Regan.
Absolutely, Josh. It's been a pleasure working with you here, but let's enjoy this last 10 minutes.
Well, let's enjoy it. Let me talk to you, as you said so eloquently on the threes that you had a call with, as Quebec starts it off the way you want them to go. That is now 12 points for Sal.
Yeah.
See if we can get another comeback around and finishing strong. BC has an answer every single time.
Yeah, and again, this is one of those you could make a mistake judging the book by the cover.
Yeah.
BC, smaller in stature, maybe don't appear as athletic, maybe look a little younger than the Quebec girls. And you know what? They've just come out and dominated here so far through 3 quarters plus a minute. Up 20.
Trying to go inside, and they do. Stripped away. Sandho. Slow it down, and I think that's really key right now for them to slow it down. There is zero rush for BC.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you this, and we'll reference something you do in the many, many other sports and games you get to call with the State Trojans. Something I've always noted, they come into fourth quarters with leads, and they really change their approach with the fourth. And you see BC doing that here. Patient, mature, mature beyond their years, playing like this.
Oh, yeah.
Again, reflection on what they're doing development-wise and coaching-wise in BC, that these girls understand the moment. And again, they're seeing it in these first 2 minutes of the fourth. No time to panic, clock's on their side, and all they've got to do is just maintain composure and just keep doing what they're doing and make Quebec have to go above and beyond to come back in this one. Don't give them anything.
Don't give them an inch, because they'll take a mile. Serduk can't get that one to go. Tate gets the rebound. Pass ahead to Noor. Noor powering ahead. A little hezzy. Going up, going to the rim. Off the glass. Mwah! For 2.
What is the line from 300? Give them nothing, take from them everything.
There you go.
And it feels kind of what BC's doing to Quebec here. Just so impressed with these young women from BC and the job they're doing here tonight.
It's a down low, fight for the ball. Who wants it more? It's a jump ball scenario.
And you love to see it. 5 bodies on the ground there going after that one. First group, it springs free from them. Another pair of girls dives on the floor, trying to make the play and earn possession for their team. Ball over to BC here, now up 24 points.
Noor. Try to fade back. 360 spin and gets it to go. How's about Noor? One of the softest touches from a guard I've seen either U17 or 15 this entire week.
Yeah, beautiful take there. Soft touch, great footwork. Again, we've seen other players this week not be as tight with the footwork on that spin move and get called for a travel there. And her footwork, sharp, tight, and gets it done.
Stolen away there. Now passed ahead to Noor again. Going head to head, going up, going by herself. It's a Noor run. It's Noor's world, and we're just living in it right now. Put the strap on her, because she is getting close to being a champion.
Well, if you notice on that one, she just had the slightest change of pace that got the defender to straighten up, and that split second of an advantage that she created. Again, a play mature beyond her years right there. Just fantastic stuff from these BC guards. up all the way through their 4s and 5s. Like, man, Nor is now up to 20, and yeah, she is absolutely killing it out there today. Sandu with 13, Van de Ven with 12. Just, they're having a day when you need to. On the day you should have a day,
Yep.
They're having a day. And again,
I'm saying give her the belt, give her the champion, give her the trap. Like, she is absolutely crowning right now. That's a 6-0 run by Nor alone.
Yeah, pretty special stuff from her. There's been, again, BC's produced many great players on both sides over the years. Again, the NBA players like Kelly Olynyk, Big Bob Sacre, coming out of Rob Sacre reference. Didn't know if you were going to get that one tonight.
I actually, when I went to see Kobe was having his farewell tour, went to San Antonio, and on the Riverwalk got to meet Mr. Bob Sacre.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Me and my buddy were walking down the Riverwalk, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Robert Sacre. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Robert Sacre.
Beautiful area there in San Antonio.
Yeah.
If no one's ever been.
Riverwalk, one of the best.
Yeah, very nice. Drove through there once, got to see it a little bit. Was doing a big, won't dive too deep, but literally drove from Alberta to Florida.
Wow.
To Arizona. Went to Mexico for a week on a plane, then drove back from Phoenix.
Wow.
So, it was a year and a month. Packed it all in.
Literally.
3 weeks that felt like a much longer trip than that.
No
but
kidding.
yeah, haven't had a lot of vacation since. I started coaching immediately after that, and what a time it's been 17 years later.
An anticipated ACAC season for Regan and his Concordia team then. You can find that on the ACAC network coming up soon here. It's not too far away, really, Regan. Just 3 months away until games, really 2.5 until game starts.
I've got my first exhibition game in like 5 weeks from now.
That's wild. First games that start, I believe, are October 21st.
No, 13th, 14th weekend.
Okay.
13th, 14th weekend.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, we're starting early this year. Going to be exciting.
3 ball, that doesn't go down. Rebound for BC. And now they lead back in the attack again.
I mean, we're borderline looking at a 40-minute squash match here.
We really are.
This has been just an outstanding performance by BC. And was it in dodgeball, Pepper Brooks? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. And they tell you what, their bold strategy has paid off for them today.
Yeah. BC trading Quebec like they're Barry Horowitz. Sow goes up, gets denied. Pass right back, whipped around. Sow in the corner. She's going to go for the 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Now the break ahead. BC is starting to really slow down the pace, and as a coach, I'm sure that was kind of communicated to them. There is no rush for them right now.
No, again, the maturity and the intelligence that they're playing this game with, very, very impressed. And again, that's the thing, no matter what level you're coaching, what gender you're coaching, whatever context you're in, watch games. You can learn things from men's coaches watching women's coaches, vice versa. Again, watching different levels. And again, there's no substitute in the game for great fundamentals and great team play. And BC is showing that in spades today with what they're doing out here on the court. Just so impressive. And again, it's not like Quebec has played poorly.
No.
By any stretch. BC, I think, has just played so well that it's hard to, it's been hard for Quebec to overcome. Because, again, the excellence of execution that has taken place by BC. Wow.
That one goes and stays with Quebec. When I saw Quebec back on Thursday, I thought that was the best team that I had seen. But, again, I had not got a chance, other than a few clips online, to really get a chance to sink in this British Columbia team. Obviously, it's a busy week. We're calling a lot of teams. You can see results, but until you see a team with your own eyes, Regan, you really can't get a feel for them. So it's been a privilege to watch this BC team, but this Quebec team, a really talented team. And again, like some of these, hopefully a lot of these women are going to be a big part of that U17 team in the future.
Their cycle heading in here to, if you think all these girls right now, they'll have next year, that prep year before Canada Games, and then 2025, chance to medal at Canada Games. If they can keep this group together, man, are they going to be one of the front runners heading into that event. Had the privilege myself to coach at that last year. And I got to match up with both of these provinces. We lost to BC in the pool round. They had a pretty good squad, and then we because we lost that, we ended up having to match up with Quebec in the quarters. And first time that Alberta had beaten Quebec on the men's side in quite some time. We pulled off the 2-point win over Quebec in that one, then had to face BC again in the semis. Good game there, but again, BC got the better of us with a pretty quality squad that they had. They ended up losing in the final, again, BC, quality basketball province here in this country. And at this point, it's hard to say that there isn't a province that's producing quality basketball.
No,
we're just seeing such great stuff from every province here this week. And I know watching some games out on the men's side, man.
Hannah Grigwall right there.
Jeez.
Well, and, for Quebec, like I said, they have a chance. I mean, it'd be hard to imagine they won't end up with some type of medal today. Well, they're going to end up with silver here, and rightfully so. We talked about it earlier. Sometimes that silver medal, you and I know being players, it's hard when you have that silver medal at first, but they earned their way here, and they deserve that silver medal. They have done a tremendous job going there. Their U17 girls will try to see if they can win gold, but they've definitely earned that silver medal.
Yeah, 30-point gap now, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have bet that.
No.
Wouldn't have bet that coming in.
I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I was excited for this game.
Yeah, and again, as we said just a little bit earlier, it's not like Quebec has played bad. And again, I'm sure their coaches might disagree with that assessment, but really, they've been scrappy, they've been fighting, they've been trying to get looks, and BC has just made shot after shot in tough situations, creative finishing. I mean, I can go on and on about how well they have played. BC is shooting 45% overall,
wow.
56% from two. So again, you're scoring on more than half your possessions when you're shooting.
That's one of the
two.
I think that is not just I think that is the best shooting percentage we've had in this tournament.
Yeah, 6 of 23 from three, so a little down there at 26%.
But from inside the three, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a tremendous day from them. And again, Quebec, 32% from there. And they've made 8 threes, so they're winning from three, but BC has gotten to the line way more. And again, that's added to their total and their ability to get ahead in this one.
So the way it's looking right now, and BC is getting very close to capturing a gold medal for the U15 championship here, and well deserved. Definitely put in an exclamation point on getting that. Quebec will take the silver, and the first of, well, they're going to get 2 medals regardless today, but we'll see if Quebec walks out of here with 2 silvers or a silver and a gold now. Obviously, the hometown crowd here will be very favorite to them walking away with another silver as they take on Alberta in the U17 matchup. You can catch that right here on Canada Basketball YouTube. Regan will have that call for you, and should be an exciting matchup, and Jack should be electrifying with some of those Alberta fans here, and some obviously the Quebec fans that have been great here that will stay around to see if their U17 women can capture a gold.
And a nice contingent of BC fans just across from us here. I'm sure getting ready to leap out of their seats with the final buzzer that is 2 minutes and 1 second away here. But still a little bit of housekeeping. Again, don't want to count chickens before they've hatched.
No.
Got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
I will ask, when did Alberta change to the Knicks colors?
Well, they're not Knicks colors. Come on now. They are our Alberta basketball colors.
Yeah. We used to have the blue and white.
Well, here's the thing. When you represent at a Canada Games.
Yeah.
It is the blue and the white with a little bit of silver now.
Okay.
And that's that. So like our 18U jerseys last year were that. But when our PSO colors are the navy, the orange, and the white collection. So we actually have two corresponding. Some provinces also same kind of thing. But yeah, we might actually have the biggest discrepancy taking the orange out when we go to Canada Games. So just a slight little subtle variation because your actual sport ministry has to approve those uniforms.
Didn't know that.
When they go there. So, and on that note, shout out to the new Minister of Tourism and Sport, Joseph Scow, who
absolutely
graced us with his presence at our opening ceremonies and banquet earlier this week. Former UFC Dino and Dalhousie Tiger and professional player. We're excited to have him in the Ministry of Sport, and hopefully he can have a positive impact not only for basketball but for all sports here in the province of Alberta.
Absolutely.
And just, again, bring more events like this to our province and continue to improve things for our athletes. Again, the health and well-being of young people can be so positively affected by sport. We want to see that grow and continue to have those opportunities created. And so, again, excited to have a basketball guy in there representing us at the Ledge up in Edmonton.
So 1:14 left here in the fourth. And a shout to all the fine sponsors today of CCAA, Fanatics, Canada Basketball, Canada Post, Flair Airlines, MLSC Toyota, the City of Edmonton, The Keg, Sun Life, Gatorade, Nike, Sportsnet, Laziz, Molten for the real game, Well Door Deliance, and Victory.
That free throw goes. Lead down to 23, but only a minute 14 remaining here.
Substitution coming out as that will be the fantastic Ashley Van de Ven, who did a really fantastic job in the forward spot for this team and really kept Fami and Sao at bay for the most part in this game.
Yeah, a little bit of foul trouble, I think, played into that as well.
Yes.
Again, there were not a lot of calls early, but they were all piling up on Sao, and it kept her out of some of the minutes that I think could have been key for Quebec. Along with Fami, she had some fouls pile up as well. And so, again, bit of a tough day here for Quebec, but an impressive day for beautiful British Columbia.
The sun will be shining on them in just a minute or so here. Quebec going to look to finish strong, though. Beland, she goes up strong, can't get it to go, and rebound there in a jump ball scenario.
Under a minute now. It's probably getting a little hard for these BC girls to contain the excitement, but they got to finish this out. It might be the longest minute of the game for them as they ride this one off into the sunset. Sun always sets last on BC, and this year the sun will set last on them as they will stand alone as champions of the 15U division here at the 2023 Canada Basketball National Championships.
Norris had a great game, crossover, can't get that one to go, fight for the rebound, ball goes out. And I'm assuming that's the last shot that you will see for BC in this one, because depending how this goes, the next time they hold the ball, more than likely will just be holding the ball. And,
Coach taking out his daughter. Nice little moment there.
I think we can confirm it there now.
Yeah, nice little moment. I've had a few of those over the years.
Yep.
Again, a little bit of cutting onions maybe there for Coach.
I'm sure.
As he finishes out the final 20 seconds in a gold medal performance.
It's a last chance gap here for Quebec to try to get a few things, and it's stolen away.
And they can dribble this one out, get it over the timeline.
Over the timeline indeed.
It can be said now, British Columbia, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. 15U champions, congratulations to British Columbia. Quebec, hold your head high. You got beat today by a team who played an unreal game. Congratulations to Quebec on the silver, but your champions this year in Calgary, British Columbia, takes home the gold.
Yeah, your 2023 U15 gold medal champions, British Columbia, your 2023 silver, Quebec. But a complete game, the absolute complete game from British Columbia, led by a fantastic game from Noor, both on the coaching side and the playing side.
Yes, the excellence of execution from British Columbia cannot be overstated how well they played here tonight. Very, very impressed with them, their coaching, and how they got it done here to take home this championship. Final look at the numbers, Josh, as we wrap this one up and put a bow on it. You're going to have 22 points, 4 assists from Noor, Tupa Singh with 8, Sandhu with 13, Van de Ven with 12. Perfect from the field, mind you, 6 for 6.
Makes sense, yeah.
Great game from her. A couple of good contributions off the bench from Tor and Grewal. 73 total for British Columbia. They also had Van de Ven led the way with 13 rebounds as well, so double-double performance from her. On to Quebec, Sal with 16, their only double-digit scorer. 2 of their starters were held off the sheet in scoring, so great defensive work from BC to keep them off. And then some decent bench scoring with Jacob Voley coming in with 8 and Fami coming in with 6. Tough day from the field for her though, 2 for 10, making it difficult. Josh, final thoughts as you wrap up your broadcast here at the National Championships. 9
terrific games that I got to be a part of. I got to see 2 buzzer beaters. The one in the last Ontario game, Alberta's Peppa Gibb getting to get an opportunity to knock it down, and get to see a great gold medalist there in British Columbia. Best of luck in the next game, and shout out to you, Regan. It's been a pleasure to get a call with you. I have 2 fantastic color commentators I have for SAIT and for the Dinos respectively, with Jack Pangali right here at the University of Calgary, and then the Surges, Jermaine J.C. Cummins, who does the Calgary, the SAIT Trojans, the CCA champions with me. But Regan, top class. You are the excellent of execution, one of the best I've gotten a chance to be in the booth with. Everyone is in good hands with him doing the next game. It has been a pleasure to share the microphone in the booth with you, sir. And thank you to Canada Basketball for letting me have the ability to bring my voice to this fantastic event. Until next time, everyone, good night and goodbye. Cheers and enjoy the day, people.
Thank you, Josh. Absolute pleasure, my friend.